It was that day. It's got lots of kids.
After we had enrolled him, he was excited. He was ready to go. Every day it was the question, Mom, are we going to school?
Excited about his first day of school, 5-year-old Malachi Wilson walked into the doors of F.J. Young Elementary only to be told he couldn't attend because his hair was too long.
Our hair is sacred to us. It makes us part of who we are.
We trim it. It grows back.
Malachi has a certificate in blood from the Navajo Nation stating he is at least one half Native American.
He's more Native on his dad's side than mine.
After leaving the school, Malachi's mom contacted the Navajo Nation, and by the end of the school day, the school district approved his documentation and Malachi was enrolled.
This reminds me of when I was in middle school and I dyed my hair blue. There's no rules against dyed hair, so I decided to dye my hair blue because I liked the color, and the school expelled me for it. My mom had talked to one of the superintendents of the school, and I was let back in because there was no rules against having your hair dyed. They said it was distracting. On the other hand, maybe like in the first few minutes, people are like, oh look, he has blue hair or whatever. But after a while, people get over it. Schools aren't there to fashion or to police people's fashion or to dictate how they dress and look. These people shouldn't have had to prove they were Native American or Seminole and to get like documentation that he had his hair long because of religious reasons and stuff like that. That's none of the school's business. The school is there to teach kids math, science, history, and other types of things, not how they should dress and how they should look. And I wouldn't doubt there was girls there that had their hair long, maybe even as long as his or longer. I've seen little girls with hair down to the middle of their backs and stuff, and no one bats an eye about that. But it's probably because this kid was a boy and he had long hair that they wanted to make a stink out of it.
American Indian Movement contacted the superintendent. They had told them that they were going to accept Malachi into school.
School district officials say they followed procedure 100%, pointing CBS 7 to a page in their handbook stating certain recognized religious or spiritual beliefs may qualify for an exception from provisions of the dress code, adding that with proper documentation, all students are allowed. But even
one shouldn't need documentation of anything in order to dress a certain way at school, elementary, middle school, or high school. School isn't about how people dress or how they look. It's about being educated. A dress code does nothing for students. It does not prevent anything from happening. And if one person gets an exception from the dress code for whatever reason, then all people should get an exemption from the dress code for any other reason. It shouldn't just be the spiritual and the religious people who get an exemption from the dress code. I mean, if one student has really long hair, female or male, then all students should be able to have really long hair. And if one student is able to wear a certain item, let's say like a necklace that may be against dress code, then all students should be able to wear a necklace that is considered against dress code.
Even though Malachi is now enrolled, his mom is still bothered by their first day of school encounter.
It's kind of heartbreaking because how do you explain to a 5-year-old that he's being turned away because of what he believes in, because of his religion, because of what's part of him.
Malachi's mother says after yesterday's event, she has even thought about taking him out of public school, adding she still plans on finding a lawyer to talk about the possibility of a discrimination case. In the studio, I'm Lauren Landman, CBS 7 News.